And that House of Cards, if you rewatch it, I rewatched it. It is probably pretty close to the way things happen. I mean, listen, do they make it fun to watch? Absolutely. I get when everybody's being blackmailed and controlled and people disappear and die.
Yeah.
That probably is close to the way it works.
Probably real close.
Probably real close.
Yeah.
But then you
close.
think, how else could it work? Right? Like, it's weird to envision. It's almost weirder to think of it not working like that in a weird way. Not to be too cynical about it, but just imagine people showing up in like good faith, debating each other and being like, well, I see your point and well, I have a point. Like, it feels like that's a total fantasy. That would be great. And I'd love that to happen. That feels more of a fantasy than House of Cards, where they're like, oh, you don't want to vote on that bill? Take a look at that envelope. And it's just you and some chick you're fucking walking out of a restaurant. That seems to be more the way it happens.
Definitely more the way it happened in the past.
Right.
And we know that. So probably more likely it happens like that now.
Right.
Imagine being in any other business where when your friend drowns in front of your house, everybody's like, right. Any other business, like if you're a comic, like if you came over my house and drowned,
right?
No one would think I killed you.
No one.
They would just think you drowned.
Absolutely.
But if you're a politician, if I was
people
the
would be
president,
very not shocked if I drowned. It would be, it would be a very like believable. You could drown me, and there'd be marks around my neck. They'd be like, that fat idiot fell. Choked himself and died. Like, it would be easy.
Right.
Yeah. Any of our friends, for the most part, not all of them.
Pretty much everybody except for Alex Jones.
Most people we know could die, and it would be a very believable story.
Yes.
Just some dumb thing they did or
Sure.
some, yeah.
It does happen.
But when a chef is on a pond outside of your house, by the way, when you're not there, like you're letting the chef use your estate when you're not there, doesn't that seem weird that the Obamas were like, oh, no, you go use it. Yeah, that $11 million house we have in Martha's Vineyard, you use it. Doesn't that seem odd?
Well, if the house is that big, though, it probably has a guest house.
If they were there, it makes sense. He's cooking for them.
But weren't they on the island, though?
I don't know, but
I think they're saying they were on the island. The problem is we can't have access to the recordings. The 9/11 calls, because you'll hear satanic sounds in the background.
Yeah, of course, right.
You hear
well, there's
screams
weird stuff with the police log with that, where they didn't
gongs.
They didn't fill it out immediately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, there's shady stuff. But listen, here's the reality: if you're the Obamas and you can't kill someone you want, what is the point? What is the point?
But imagine if you're the Obamas and your friend just fucking drowns.
Yes.
I mean...
And you didn't have anything to do with it.
Maybe
That's
had
unfortunate.
a reaction to some medication.
Poison that you gave him. Yes.
Or maybe it's some medication that a lot of people took.
And to me,
and
I'm
he has
like...
a heart attack.
A lot of people near these people die. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like a dog walker for the Clintons, or you're like a chef, like... If you're near either the Bush family, the Clinton family, like a lot of these families, the people that are with them, they're Secret Service agents, they have accidents. They hear a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They overhear stuff. They're party to things. They see things. And then a lot of them they have accidents.
Yeah, whoopsies.
Bye.
Whoops.
Sorry.
All of a sudden, the guy's hanging from an extension cord and shoots himself in the chest with a shotgun.
That seems, unlikely.
And where'd they find the shotgun? How far away did they find it from his body? Some very unusual distance.
I'd be so disappointed if we find out none of it's true.
Oh, yeah.
I would be so disappointed if we find out that all of them died of natural causes. I would be so disappointed.
When there's like 50 people that have died under suspicious circumstances,
right?
At least one of them, right? It says the 12-gauge shotgun was 30 feet from his body when he was found dead.
Right. Well, he shot himself and then threw it.
30 feet is very far. That could be that. Here's the thing. If you are actually holding a shotgun and shooting it in your chest, there's not going to be any resistance on the other end.
Right.
So it's essentially like a rocket. So it's not because of the way you would have to do it to shoot yourself in the chest with a shotgun.
Right.
It's possible.
It's
possible. Yeah, it's possible that it would go flying.
And then it would fly out.
Yeah, it would go
Interesting.
flying. So maybe he was just super troubled, and that is what he did.
You just got to think about it. If you occupy that level of society and somebody's threatening you, how do you deal with it?
Yeah.
If you have the, whatever you want to call it, the ambition, the ruthlessness to get there, and somebody's trying to take that from you, what do you do? How do you handle it? You try to blacken their name in the press. You try to besmirch them, and if that doesn't work, what do you do? Do you just say, okay, I guess we're just going to get taken down by a scandal? Or do you just say, hey, we got to take care of this?
I think it really depends on who you are and what kind of access to people you have.
I can't imagine anybody getting to that level of society.
Right.
And letting themselves get taken down by someone far below them. Right. Usually when those families get taken out, they're taken out by an equal. Someone at their level, right? But when someone far below you that you could get rid of, or, it's like that guy outside of that restaurant in L.A., Austria Mozza, and Melrose and Highland, whose car just went into a...
Yeah.
It's like things like that happen. And, of course, maybe he was drunk and just decided to go 150 miles
an
an hour.
Talking about that journalist.
Michael Hastings, yeah. Things like that happen and they're weird. And you say to yourself, did you piss the wrong person off?
And he certainly did.
Yeah, and then how do people at that level deal with it? It makes a lot of sense to me that people like that would use violence to deal with their enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah. To silence their enemies forever. That makes sense to me. But maybe I'm too cynical and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it would make a lot of sense to me that there'd be a meeting. The people would meet and they'd go, yeah, we got to take care of this. We can't allow this to become a thing.
Yeah. And that's how they've done it throughout history.
Right.
I mean, that's what they did when they got rid of JFK.
That's what Lizzo should have done with those bitches. But those bitches who turned on her because she was trying to help them. First of all, that's not even a character. You don't get to be a fat backup dancer. That doesn't exist. It's not real. Lizzo made that category of person. She made it. And then they turned on her. That's crazy.
What is she accused of?
Fat shaming them, making them rehearse, making them stand up. That's what their version of fat shaming is. Making them stand up and walk onto the stage. Making them rehearse, taking them to a sex club in Amsterdam where the performers are shooting bananas out of their pussies because this is what happens.